Ladies and gentlemen, can we have your attention, please? Good evening. I know we're all having fun, but we want to move expediently here and get through everything. But welcome to the BC Hockey Awards banquet, and great to see another outstanding turnout. So many familiar faces, and you are all to be commended for your ongoing support of hockey in BC. It's a pleasure to be your master of ceremonies again. I'm Bernie Pascal, and like you, I have a real insatiable passion for hockey. I've broadcast hockey at all levels of the game and attended most major hockey events, either as a broadcaster or a spectator. And we're all here because of our love of the game. Congratulations to BC Hockey. That exciting announcement last night, reviewing 100 great moments in BC hockey history. Give it a nice round of applause for that. And I was walking through the streets today, and what a beautiful day and what a great area this is. I haven't been here in a couple of years, and a couple of people said, do you have any more Don Cherry stories? I said, well, Cherry invents the stories. You just have to echo the sentiment and keep going. Well, the one story is that Grapes and Ron McLean and the TV crew were getting ready to go to Las Vegas from Toronto for the Stanley Cup playoffs, and wouldn't you know it, the Don Cherry's on the flight up in business class from Toronto to Vegas, and he was seated next to the world-famous evangelist Jimmy Swaggart. Well, Grapes had to zipper it up a little bit and clean up his act. And they say the attractive flight attendant came along and said, Mr. Cherry, would you like a drink? And he said, yes, please, a very cold beer. And she said, okay, here's your beer. And then with that, she looked over at Jimmy Swaggart and said, would you like a drink, sir? And he said, ma'am, I'd rather make love than have liquor touch these lips. And with that, Cherry handed his beer back and said, I didn't know there was a choice. Two great sports quotes, and Washington Capitals winning the Stanley Cup, and a good friend of Tom Rennie's and most of us in the hockey world, Barry Trotz. He deserved to win the Stanley Cup. And this quote is important for all of us. And it was Barry that said this: if you want to go somewhere fast, go by yourself. If you want to go somewhere far, go with a group. Isn't that true? And that's exactly what Trotz did with the Washington Capitals. And speaking of quotes, Yogi Berra. Some people here remember Yogi Berra. They were called Yogiisms. And there's two precious ones. We just have to tie it in. It's not hockey related, but they're kind of funny. He said, no one goes there anymore because it's too crowded. And ordering pizza. The great Yogiism was, I'll have the pizza, the large size, but you better cut it into 4 pieces because I'm not hungry enough to eat 6. Anyhow, that's it. We've got awards, and boy, we have awards tonight. We have plenty of them, and I'm going to reach through really fast a number of them here just to recognize them. And at the outset, I'd like to salute Hockey Canada, Joe Drago and Tom Rennie, and their successful Hockey Canada programs, because many of these are identified with Hockey Canada. The female under-18 Team BC won the bronze, second year in a row with that bronze medal. The male under-16 team from BC won a gold at the Western Branch Challenge, second time ever. 51 BC Yukon players were selected in the WHL Bantam Draft. And you talk about hockey development in British Columbia, looking at this list just speaks volumes for your dedication and hard work in developing the youth in our province. The Male Under-17 Hockey Challenge, Massimo Rizzo, Sashu Mutala, Jackson Alexander, Roman Basran, Bowen Byron, Jackson Van de Leest, Harrison Blaisdell, and Alex Swetlikoff all played on the Under-17. The World Junior A Challenge, Canada West, 11 players from BC. Angus Cruikshank, Ethan DeJong, Brendan Boudet, Harrison Blaisdell, Ryland Van Unen, Brett Stapley, Carter Turnbull, Ross Armour, Kyle Johnson, Seth Barton, and Johnny Tipchuk. World Juniors, 2 from BC, Cal Foote and Dante Fabro. The Men's World Championship, 3 from British Columbia, Matthew Barzal, Tyson Jost, and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. The Olympic team, a rather unusual Olympic team this past Olympics, 3 were from BC, Matthew Barzal, Tyson Jost, Stephen Elliott, Andrew Ebbett, and Gilbert Brulé. The Women's National Under-18 team, Courtney Vorster and Kendra Woodland. And it's important to mention their names because they're from your communities, and a lot of people know them, and their families could be here, so we want to recognize them. The National Development Women's Team, Hannah Miller and Amy Potomac. The Women's Olympic Centralization roster. And this is encouraging because it's been a while, and we need BC women on the Canadian Olympic team. And this is an indication with Sarah and Amy Potomac and Micah Zandy Hart are 3 that are in the centralization program, and that's a promising sign. Officiating, Travis Garlitz of Trail refereed his first NHL game, and I did a little research. It was in November. He got to do his first game in San Jose, Tampa at San Jose. Nathan Van Oosten and Brett Iverson officiated at both the Winter Olympic Games and the World Championships. 7 BC officials were selected for the RBC Cup. 3 BC officials for the World Under-17 Challenge, and 3 of our BC developed officials were selected to work the Memorial Cup. And in championships, we salute Wenatchee Wild, the Junior A champions representing the BCHL at the RBC Cup, hosted by Chilliwack Chiefs, and the Chiefs, of course, won the RBC Cup. The Richmond Sockeyes, Dougie Patterson's crew, the Junior B Cyclone Taylor Cup, and the Seafair team won the Western Canadian Bantam Championship. We're moving along quick, and we're going to identify a few more here. The Canucks Center, and they were honored, many of them, earlier today. The 70 First Strides participants, 8 minor hockey associations were involved in the Canucks Learn to Play programs. Hockey Heals in Ashcroft to benefit those affected by summer wildfires. Kara Wong of Semiahmoo Minor Hockey Association won the Pavel Bure Award, demonstrating leadership and a strong work ethic. Jamborees and female hockey initiatives. 5 jamborees around BC Yukon, Salmon Arm, Dawson Creek, the Soyuz, the Canucks in Burnaby, and Whitehorse. 275 combined participants, females ages 5 to 12. And that speaks volumes again for development. The World Girls Hockey Weekend. 4 minor hockey associations hosted the games in Vanderhoof, Saanich, Penticton, and Vancouver. We Are Coaches Clinic had 48 attendees. And First Shift program, 14 BC minor hockey associations participated, 538 registered participants. And BC Hockey also worked with Sportability, a provincial disabled sports organization, to host the 2018 Canadian National Sledge Hockey Championship, and teams from British Columbia, Alberta, Ontario, and Quebec competed in May at the Richmond Oval. And upcoming events, we're all excited. Riley and the group are very excited about the 2019 World Junior Championship coming to British Columbia in December and January, Vancouver and Victoria hosting this exciting event. And if you haven't got your tickets, you might be too late, but do get them because it's going to be a big sellout. So there you have it, all those individual awards, and we had to give them recognition. And I'd like a nice round of applause for all those people. Thank you. Okay, continuing with the awards, we have a few videos to play for our scholarship award winners, Fred Heslop Minor Hockey Week award winners, and our Hockey Canada Officiating Awards. We'll now begin with the 2017-2018 BC Hockey Scholarship recipients.
The recipients of the BC Hockey Scholarships are, for excellence and extraordinary, Lewis Arnold and Anya Lieberman. For the Staff Scholarship, Ellie Gartel, Nicholas Lee, Rebecca Ferguson, Kayla Walbilling, and Nicole Vabruk. For Officiating, Danica Unger. For the District Scholarships, in the Lower Mainland, Emma Hall and Will Dalkenny. From the Okanagan, Alex Jansen and Sage Pavlovic. From Vancouver Island, Andre Sutter and Liam King. From the North Central, Tyler Bratton. From the West Kootenay, Aidan Jenner. From the Northwest, Maya Bowl. From the East Kootenay, Jacob Baranek. And from the Northeast Yukon, Aidan Craig Steele.
And I think we have one of the scholarship winners in attendance tonight, Alex Jansen. Are you here, Alex? Come on up and say a few words quickly. That'll teach you to put your hand up.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Very special honor. What does it mean to you?
It means the world. I mean, I'm very honored to be here tonight with everyone and attend the event. And I mean, I thank BC Hockey and the Scholarship Selection Committee and everyone who helped me to get here, my parents, all the coaches, and friends and family for the support they've given me throughout the years. And it means a lot.
Well, it means a lot to us, too, to see the development. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hockey success comes on the backs of course, volunteers, countless number of people giving back to the game. Here are the winners of the Fred Heslop Minor Hockey Award, winners of the year.
The Fred Heslop Minor Hockey Week Award winners are Wesley Hart from the Burns Lake Minor Hockey Association, Michelle Hillaby from the Nelson Minor Hockey Association, Drew McDonald from the Pacific Coast Amateur Hockey Association, Jody and Mike Mastrodonato from the Powell River Minor Hockey Association, and Terry Waller from the Nanaimo Clipper Junior A Hockey Club.
Any of those winners in attendance? We have someone? Come on up and be recognized. Drew McDonald. Drew, congratulations. You have a couple of words.
No, not really.
No?
No.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's the kind of guy we like. Just thank you, goodbye. Let's get on with the show. Yeah. BC Hockey has some outstanding officials from a national level to minor hockey. Here are the recipients of the Hockey Canada Officiating Awards.
The Hockey Canada Officiating Award winners are, for Most Improved, Zach Kelly from the Nanaimo Minor Hockey Association. For Most Promising, Kiana Heska from the Surrey Female Hockey Association. And for Most Deserving, Josh Hutchinson from the Mission Minor Hockey Association.
Sorry we have to do this, but we're not sure if they're here. Is there any one of those officials with us tonight? No? They're home studying for the next game. Thank you. The Development Award, High Performance Female, is awarded annually for outstanding service to the Female Program of Excellence. Exceptional leadership, program development, and program growth are all factors that are considered when determining the recipient of this award. We'll now introduce the Development Award, High Performance Female.
Christina Sharon has been involved in the BC Hockey Female Program of Excellence for over 10 years. She has been part of Team BC Canada Winter Games coaching staffs numerous times, including apprentice coach for the games in 2011 and assistant coach in 2015. Christina was head coach of Team BC that competed at the 2016 National Women's Under-18 Championships that brought home a bronze medal for the first time in the program's history. She is currently part of BC Hockey's Team BC evaluation staff, as well as working as a coach mentor with Saanich Minor Hockey Association, as well as being a member of the BC Hockey Female Development Task Group. Christina's outstanding service and dedication to the Female Program of Excellence has earned her this recognition. Please welcome BC Hockey Director Brian Harrison to present the BC Hockey Development Female Program of Excellence Award to Christina Sharon.
Here comes Bruce. See the grip? I just pulled her over. Congratulations, Christina. What does it mean to you?
Oh, it's phenomenal. I've had a really fortunate experience over the last decade to be able to work with the program in a coaching role. Prior to that, in a playing role, I've met some lifelong friends through the program. I've had the opportunity to work with some amazing athletes, some amazing staff, taking a little bit away from each one of them. So I'm extremely fortunate that they let me come along for the ride, and certainly we've been able to accomplish some awesome things along the way. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Next up, the Development Award, High Performance. Male is awarded annually for outstanding service to the Male Program of Excellence. Exceptional leadership, program development, and program growth are all factors that are considered when determining the recipient of this award. And now, look at the video, the Development Award, High Performance Male.
Trevor Sprague has been involved with the BC Hockey Male Program of Excellence for over a decade, serving in nearly every capacity of the program. He has attended countless BC Cups and is always willing to give back his time to help further develop our athletes. In 2016, the Male Program of Excellence redesigned the program structure, and Trevor was eager to be involved. He was appointed the coach lead of the program, a position he still holds today. He served as head coach of Team BC that captured silver at the 2013 WHL Cup and played a very important role in the appointment of the team staff, which captured gold at the 2017 WHL Cup. Please welcome BC Hockey Director Chuck Campbell to the stage to present the Development Male Program of Excellence Award to Trevor Sprague.
Okay. Trevor, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, this is for me, for people that we know, it's been a long journey in hockey. Just wanted to start out before I thank a few people. We have a gentleman that from Prince George Minor Hockey, Caribou Cougars, Prince George Cougars that won the Stanley Cup, Brett Connolly. So cheers for him, bringing the Stanley Cup home to Northern British Columbia. Just for me, just thanking Prince George Minor Hockey, the Prince George Cougars, the Caribou Cougars, the POE program that we've been able to build here. My family's been a big part of it. Mom and dad seen a pretty active kid that sometimes made wrong decisions and got me in hockey. So I'm probably here today because of that. But my wife, Jessie, and my two young daughters are big fans of the game. And it doesn't matter if it's, something to do with Prince George and the North. And that's with all communities that we have there. The Prince George Cougars or the Caribou Cougars, they don't like to lose. So I get that quite a bit with them. And just with the POE program coming in, just on the rebuild, I really getting into it when I was a young man, 20 years old, seeing what they did with the athletes that we get to coach the best guys in the North and see how they move down and get to go to U16. And right now it's always in Salmon Arm, and just seeing the whole province grow and how they work together, how BC hockey's been ahead of all the programs on giving these athletes the best awesome experience that they can ever have. And while I was going through it, I seen a little bit of a disconnect with our coaches. And we have the WHL, we have Hockey Canada, we have the BC Hockey League with great coaches and great mentors, and to be able to bring them in and work with our coaches. We were doing so much with our athletes that was outstanding for our amateur coaches to come in and coach that, but we were missing that other element. And that other element with the partnerships that BC Hockey has with those three groups, we needed to adapt into that. We needed to get those people, those coaches into our organization to really mentor our coaches and have something there for them. And that was something that I thought, I missed as a coach. And I want to make sure that the coaches that we have, like Steve O'Rourke winning gold, you got Jason Becker out of Penticton, Pellner out of Tri-Cities, coaching our Winter Games team and being able to mentor our other coaches. We had Mathachuk in this year, Mike Needham in this year, Brandon West as well from Junior A. So we've been able to introduce those guys to the last three events that we've been able to have over the last 3 years. And our coaches are getting better and our players are getting better because of it. And we're spending that infrastructure on it. And that's what I want to do when I came in, to make sure that we put a stamp on our coaches, because they're going to make our players better. And if we can do that with the groups that we have in the organization, so part of BC Hockey, we're going to get better and better coaches coming. So the last thing I have to say is I really encourage the minor hockey associations to make sure you get your coaches involved. If you got a starring coach, you got a coach that's doing a great job, get a hold of us. We want them a part of the program. And it doesn't matter for me if it's major midget, Bantam, even an Adams coach, okay? If it's an academy, don't really care. We're a team. We're here to build the best of BC in our players and in our coaches. So let's make sure we get the best there. Thank you very much for everything. Have a good night.
Next up, the Mike Landucci Development Award, officiating, presented to an administrator that has shown dedication on helping officials develop. Here's this year's award winner.
Nairobi Paul has consistently performed excellent developmental work with the officials in his association. He has gone above and beyond to ensure consistent training for his officials, not only through regular supervision and shadowing, but extensive pre- and mid-season training sessions. Nairobi's commitment to the development of officials within the Vancouver Female Hockey Association over the last 4 years has been unprecedented. His outstanding level of leadership and mentorship to young officials has earned him the Mike Landucci Development Award for officiating. Please welcome BC Hockey Referee-in-Chief Sean Raphael to the stage to present the award to Nairobi Paul.
Thanks very much. Great. I just wanted to say that it's only possible to do development if your minor hockey association funds it. And really, the Vancouver Female from the beginning has gone out of the norm to provide funding for development for our officials and officials from nearby associations. So many thanks to them. And also thanks to BC Hockey, who've been outstanding in supporting our work. And also I want to thank my granddaughter, who's given up her birthday party to come here to see me get this award. Thank you.
The BC Hockey Coach of the Year is awarded to BC's top coach who shows leadership to players, demonstrates skill development, and has a sound philosophy. Winning is a consideration, but not the only one and not the most important one. This award is given in memory of the late Ernie Gare of Nelson. Ernie Gare demonstrated what BC Hockey feels were the ideal elements of a coach. Please welcome Ernie's son-in-law and Hockey Canada CEO, Tom Rennie, to say a few words and to present the award.
Thank you, Bernie. I appreciate that. And the opportunity to speak very briefly about Ernie, who I knew for about 6 months as he passed away at 52 years of age of ALS. My mother-in-law would be extremely happy to be here tonight, not just because she could have a couple of rum and cokes, maybe followed by a kokanee chaser, but she loved her husband, and the Gare family for sure would want me to pass on the acknowledgement to Randy and Barry, to give the opportunity to me, at least, to come and speak on behalf of Ernie very quickly and recognize your Coach of the Year this year. Ernie was a real pioneer in many, many ways, and Bernie alluded to that by the nature of how he carried himself and what he believed in as a hockey man. And with all of that being said, he, along with, I think, Dave Andrews and Bobby Nicholson and a few others in the province, started what was at the time known as the Junior Olympic Program, and which is today recognized as the Program of Excellence. And it started here in BC, Barry and Randy, in BC. Let's not forget that. As well as that, in 1961, I want to say, Ernie was pivotal in starting the very first hockey scholarship program in Canada, in British Columbia, notwithstanding the fact that he coached. And I would have to tell you that the only thing better than winning this award, quite honestly, on behalf of the Gare family, is presenting it. And with that being said, I'd like to acknowledge our Coach of the Year this year.
Coaching a midget Tier 1 team to the provincial tournament is impressive. Coaching a midget Tier 1 team to the provincial tournament 2 years in a row is remarkable. Coaching a midget Tier 1 team to the provincials 3 years in a row is extraordinary. To do it 4 years in a row is unbelievable. And to do it 5 straight years is, quite frankly, unprecedented. Coach Ian Burney made this possible. His development and engagement of every player has made his Saanich Midget Tier 1 team very successful this season. Ian always treats his players and parents respectively. He is professional in all communication and believes in fair ice time. Ian is calm and composed on the bench in high-pressure situations. He exemplifies every quality of a good coach: fair play, development of players, player respect for one another and other teams, officials, and for the game itself, plus having level-headedness, open communication, organized, and most importantly, promoting fun. Ian Burney shows leadership to players, demonstrates skill development, and has a sound philosophy, which makes him the recipient of the Ernie Gare Coach of the Year Award. Please welcome Hockey Canada President and CEO Tom Rennie to the stage to present the Ernie Gare Coach of the Year Award to Ian Burney.
You look like same hair color.
Yeah, I like your hair color, yeah.
I want to start by thanking BC Hockey. Really, I received this award for all the coaches in BC. It's I've met so many good coaches. It's something I'm really passionate about. And I've been fortunate around Sanex Minor Hockey. Has been so good to me and let me develop the program from the midget age level. And but at the end of the day, it's the players. And, if you develop a program where they can buy in and step out of their comfort zone and they can succeed, they'll have success at the game and away from the ring. So thanks very much. Thank you.
Thanks, Bernie.
Congratulations. Next up, we have the Frank Spring Award, Minor Hockey Association of the Year. The Frank Spring Award is recognized by BC Hockey in honor of Frank Spring, past president and life member of BC Hockey. It's awarded annually to the Minor Hockey Association, judged to have made an outstanding contribution to its community by providing a properly organized program where a youngster can learn the basic skills and fundamentals of good hockey.
The Vancouver Female Ice Hockey Association has taken a leadership position within female hockey in BC with a vision to see it succeed and grow. They have grown substantially over the past 4 years, increasing registration by 60% through community outreach programs, free try hockey events, and working with other female associations. The association has also partnered with the UBC Women's Hockey Club. The UBC coaches and players are directly involved in developing their players through hockey skills and mentorship. A few other highlights of this past season include hosting the BC Hockey Bantam Female Championship. The Adam 2 C2 team was selected for the Scotiabank Heroes of Hockey program, launching the first female-only hockey spring league in Vancouver, sending teams to Wickfest and the MLK tournament, hosting the midget long game component as part of the World Girls Hockey Weekend, and holding a referee training program. The Vancouver Female Ice Hockey Association continues to make an outstanding contribution to hockey in Metro Vancouver and around the province, providing organized programs for girls where they can learn the basics and fundamentals of the game. Please welcome BC Hockey Minor Committee Chair Bill Green to the stage to present representatives from the Vancouver Female Ice Hockey Association the Frank Spring MHA of the Year Award.
Lots to hold on. Yeah, exactly.
Congratulations. Thank you. That's why you share this with me.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Then,
Oh, gotta go more. It's a big banner.
Great. You want to say a few words?
Sure, I'll say a few quick words. it's been an amazing 4 years that I've been involved with the executive Vancouver Female, and I couldn't have done this without the support of the amazing board that I have, from the volunteers to the parents to the coaches to the players. I mean, we couldn't have done this without anybody. So thank you so much. Thank you, BC Hockey, for seeing what we're doing. We're doing some amazing things, and it's only going to get better from here. So female hockey is growing like crazy. It's growing like crazy in Vancouver and across the province, and I'm happy to see it grow. It's awesome. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Next up, the Official of the Year award, given to an official that meets the following guidelines: carded for the current year, exemplifies dedication and support for BC Hockey Officiating Program, BC Hockey, and Hockey Canada rules and regulations, contributes to hockey other than for on-ice requirements, combines leadership and ability both on and off the ice. Here is the Official of the Year award.
Ward Pateman began officiating in his hometown of Prince George in 2003. 5 years later, he participated in the BC Hockey Officiating Program of Excellence before moving on to Hockey Canada's Program of Excellence the following year. After climbing the minor hockey ranks, he officiated his first national tournament in 2009 as a linesman at the Allen Cup. In 2016, Ward made his WHL debut as a referee, which led to an exciting and accomplished 2017-2018 season. This past season, Ward represented BC Hockey as one of 3 delegates nominated to attend the Hockey Canada Level 6 referee seminar. In addition, he was hired by the American Hockey League, making his professional debut. This year, he concluded with his first national assignment as a referee, being appointed to the 2018 RBC Cup, and based on his performance during the tournament, he was selected to officiate the championship game. On top of his on-ice accomplishments, Ward exemplifies an outstanding official through his dedication, leadership, and ability both on and off the ice. Please welcome Ward Pateman to accept the Official of the Year award from BC Hockey Director Andrew Jacubite.
Thanks so much. Sure.
Wade's not used to all these cheering. He usually hears boos.
I was just going to say the same thing, yeah. So yeah, just a few people I'd like to thank. Obviously, my brother for getting me into officiating, mom, my dad for being there supporting me, waking me up at 6 o'clock in the morning for those early games. My girlfriend, Melissa, for pushing me the last couple of years, for sure, helped out. Prince George Minor Hockey Association was great growing up in. And just the support I had from the people there. Kelowna Minor Hockey for welcoming me with open arms, and then grooming me to be the official I am today. Guys, the supervisors, Jason Rendy from the KIJHL, Brad Lazarowicz from the BCHL, Kevin Minch, Kevin Ashton from the Western Hockey League. Definitely wouldn't be able to do it without them. And the biggest guy I'd like to thank is Dave Mac McClellan. Some of you guys might know him. He's been around forever, and he's a guy who'll take a bullet for us. He's there for us to support us for poker nights, for whatever. And it was nice to see him have 2 officials that worked national championship finals this year. Myself in the Royal Bank Cup final from Kelowna, and then as well as Steve Papp. He worked the Memorial Cup final. So it was good to see 2 Kelowna boys working that. And Dave McClellan definitely had the biggest impact for both of us. The brotherhood of officials, Sean Raphael's part of it, but my good friends, Kevin Bennett, Mike Langan, Alex Tykerobe, all those guys were all competitors. We all live and die together on the ice. It's us 3 or 4 of us every single night going to war. No one's on our team, so it's just us. It's just us against everyone else. So yeah, it's a cool brotherhood, and they're friends for life, and they're my best friends. So Yeah, I'm really honored to get this award, and there's lots of guys that deserve it, but thanks very much for everyone.
Next up, the Life Members Award, chosen by BC Hockey Life members to an amateur hockey administrator who has made an outstanding contribution to the development and growth of amateur hockey.
Karen Jacobson has been involved with the Vancouver Female Ice Hockey Association since its inception in 1972, when it was originally established as the Killarney Girls Association. She has always helped out with whatever was necessary to keep the players on the ice, whether it was organizing games, repairing and sewing equipment, or sitting on the board in whatever capacity was required. She has been very supportive of female hockey in Vancouver and has been instrumental in the growth of the association, building a solid foundation for the future. Her amazing achievements and consistent support to growing female hockey and the Vancouver Female Ice Hockey Association embody what the Life Members Award is all about. Please welcome Randy Henderson to the stage to present the Life Members Award to Karen Jacobson.
Karen, we got to talk on the phone. Yes. I so appreciate what you've done for so many years for us. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
Very welcome. Very welcome.
Say a few words, Karen.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you for choosing me. And I've been around a long time. I started with black hair. My hair is now silver. And I do work for, or volunteer for, a great association. I keep tabs on someone like James, who does all the Come Try hockey, and on Nairobi, who does all the referee clinics. I'm always asking how much. I'm the treasurer, so I'm always on top of the money. My 2 daughters are adults, and they play, and they coach. And my 3 grandchildren play hockey. One of them happens to be a boy, but one of my daughters coaches him. My 13-year-old granddaughter plays, and my 4.5-year-old daughter, because of Come Try Hockey that we instigated at Killarney, or at Vancouver. I've got Killarney always on my brain. And she's going to start playing this fall. So it's fun. Join hockey. Be a volunteer. It's really rewarding. Thank you.
The Chair of the Board Award is given to a team, league, association, or individual that has brought honor to the amateur hockey fraternity through an outstanding humanitarian endeavor. Please welcome Randy Henderson back to the stage, and we have the presentation and we have the video, I believe.
The Fort St. John Pee Wee Flyers have gone above and beyond this past season, performing great deeds throughout their community. The team held a food drive at their local Safeway, helped out with the Salvation Army Red Kettle campaign over the holidays, and worked with the local senior men's team, the Fort St. John Flyers, during their Fill the Bus food drive. During the World Under-17 Hockey Challenge, the club brought senior citizens in wheelchairs out to enjoy the games. On top of these good deeds, the team also hit the pavement and helped shovel snow off the driveways of many neighbors. The Fort St. John Pee Wee Flyers were finalists in the National Good Deeds Cup contest, a trophy that is awarded to the hockey team that performs the most impressive good deeds in their community. Their commitment off the ice has had an incredible impact on their community and has inspired many. This past year, the team endured tragedy halfway through their season, but they didn't let that dampen their spirits. They continued with their good deeds and stuck together, supporting each other all season. Please welcome the representative from the Fort St. John Minor Hockey Association to the stage to accept the Chair of the Board Award on behalf of the Pee Wee Flyers from Randy Henderson.
I have a piece of paper because I'm not a very good public speaker. I usually cry. So Sean Orr told me to just read this like I'm reading a storybook. So this is what we'll do. Good evening, everyone. It's with great honor on behalf of the Fort St. John Ross H. McLean Pee Wee Flyers, I'm here to accept the BC Hockey Chair Board Award. Our Pee Wee group are a very special bunch. After the coaching staff explained to them the Chevrolet Good Deeds Cup, we gave them the option to participate, and the answer was a resounding yes. The team performed numerous good deeds throughout the region with remarkable energy and enthusiasm. Hockey is an inspiring game that allows us to take great kids and turn them into even better people, all through the love of a simple game. A huge thanks to Chevrolet for putting on the special event and encouraging young players to give back to the communities that support them. Our team is grateful for the recognition shown from BC Hockey, and we're extremely proud to help those in need. Our Pee Wee team has had a tough season. 1 week before Christmas, our kids faced perseverance when we lost an amazing coach, Sid Davis. Excuse me. Things got worse when our Good Deeds volunteer coordinator, Corrine, was diagnosed with MS. Corrine is a very young mother with a heart of gold and was to be here to accept this award, but has been recently hospitalized with complications. Sid, we miss you, and we will be forever thankful for your overwhelming commitment to all as individuals and hockey players. Corrine, thank you for all your efforts in organizing our good deeds, and we will be there to support you through your battles. Kids, we are proud of you guys and your efforts, and we love watching you grow as people and hope you continue as leaders in our community. Thank you.
Beautiful. Wonderful. Well done. Very good. Very good. What can you say? Wow, that's emotion. Very special. Next up, the Diamond Stick Award is given to those for outstanding service to hockey for a period of no less than 10 years to any person in the province who has rendered meritorious service to BC Hockey. We'll welcome Randy to speak on the Diamond Stick Award. And first, let's have a look at the video.
Bill Ennis has been an integral part of BC Hockey for nearly 4 decades. He joined BC Hockey in 1980 as program coordinator, and 9 years later succeeded Bob Nicholson as development coordinator. He was a leader in the development of numerous programs, including the BC Junior Olympic program and its transition into the Best Ever program. His contributions to the changes that occurred during a significant shift in BC Hockey's governance has helped BC Hockey move in a new direction as we move from our first century of operations to the next. Bill has received numerous awards, including the BC Hockey Life Members Award for his outstanding contribution to the development and growth of amateur hockey. He's also achieved the Hockey Canada Order of Merit in 2009 and was inducted into the BC Hockey Hall of Fame in 2014. The list of Bill's hockey accomplishments from player to administrator are endless. Please welcome Randy Henderson to the stage to present Bill Ennis the Diamond Stick Award for his outstanding dedication to hockey in BC.
This is going to be tough. This gentleman has probably had the most profound impact on my days with BC Hockey as anyone could. Most importantly, Bill has taught me about the incredible responsibility that we have to all of the kids out there that are playing hockey. Bill is an incredible gentleman. Bill is the most humble guy you would ever want to meet. And if I ever had to point to a model for a hockey administrator, it would be Bill Ennis. I can't tell you how much it means to me to be able to present this to Bill tonight. Bill has become a friend, a mentor, and a real pillar of BC hockey. The good part is I've got his cell number.
Thanks, Thank you. BC Hockey Life members, BC Hockey Board of Directors, award winners, Congress delegates. I'm not sure that I'm the important one here. I'm not sure that I really deserve this. The fact of the matter is this is about leadership. Everyone in this room has made a classical jump. Some pushed towards this leadership of children. And you don't know how powerful and how important that is. Here's my story. I was an employee of BC Hockey and invited to my first Hockey Canada AGM. I told this story to the board of directors about 2 weeks ago. I saw a man that I took one look at, the way he dealt with people, the way he was respected, what he knew, and what he mandated from people. And I said, I want to be him. That man, who I didn't know at the time, was Murray Costello, president of Hockey Canada of the day, went on to lead the Canada delegation at the IIHF. And just think of it and what that means to us in this room. Here we have a young kid, me, taking a look at a person that's an administrator in a game that we love and saying, I want to be like him. Now, I have never got to be like him. But the fact of the matter is that's who you are. You are people that the kids, the adults of tomorrow, look up to. We have an obligation.
and our obligation is important. Please keep the integrity of the game intact. It's that important. When my dad plunked me down on a frozen road in Weyburn, Saskatchewan, some 63 years ago or whatever it was, something magical happened to me. And it continues to this day. Our Coach of the Year award, Ian, and I play together. And not only is he a good coach, he's a great player. But it never, ever left me. And I think you underestimate your ability to make a difference. And please take that seriously. I have one other thing to ask of you. My dad was an institutional baker. And I have had the thought recently that if I would have been born in this generation, I might have been the one that my family had to say, I'm sorry, we have other obligations. So please make a room for everybody in this game. Thank you.
Well done, Bill. Well done, Bill, and that exemplifies the spirit of hockey in British Columbia. And Bill is also an inducted member of the BC Hockey Hall of Fame and just a great, great ambassador for hockey in British Columbia. That concludes the awards presentation, the portion of that for this evening. But before we begin our dinner service, BC Hockey would like to take a moment now to look back on individuals we've lost in recent years.
The hockey world is an unbelievable world.
like to just take one moment before we have dinner. If you have any allergies, please point them out to the waiting staff, and they could probably help with an alternate meal or give you some guidance at least. Earlier today, Darcy Rhoda and Rod Brathwaite presented the Canuck Awards to many deserving Minor Hockey Association representatives, and we'd like to thank Rod and Darcy for being part of this BC Hockey Weekend. And another former Vancouver Canuck is with us tonight, Kyle Wellwood, who is with the Head Check Health Group. And just stand up, Kyle. Former Vancouver Canuck, Kyle Wellwood. And we'd like to take a moment to thank all the staff. What a great group, all the meals, the hotel. It's just been amazing, the Sun Peaks Grand. Give them all a nice round of applause. As Darcy was leaving today, he had to go back to Vancouver. He had a function tomorrow morning. I said, "How was your stay?" "Oh, fabulous, Bernie. It was really good. But there's one complaint I have." I said, "What was that?" He said, "The hotel room is fabulous, but you know, they have the biggest, fluffiest hotel towels." And I had a hell of a time closing my suitcase. Anyhow, enjoy the meal and have fun, and we'll be back with a final word a little later. Thank you.